Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your man here, Caterade5, and today I'm back with a 5-minute review where we look at a fan game in under 5 minutes. As always, remember that this is my completely subjective opinion. Let's get to it. Today we're looking at Pokémon Twisted Fate by ZeT0ken and CamiOfTargon, the former being the developer of Pokémon Fated Destiny. Pokémon Twisted Fate has the player, with no memory, join the Acer Rebellion in an attempt to stop Team Galactic Rocket's terror on the region. Overall, Pokémon Twisted Fate is a fine game, but was frustrating to me because it's framed as a game with a strong story and writing. And I really want to emphasize that last sentence, because really this game overall is decent when you don't look at the story. Like, using all the essential plugins to Overworld Shadows makes the game look quite clean, and the mapping, while maybe a little too open and lacking just a bit of detail, is good and shines in the final city, where the map reflects the ransacking by the hands of Team Galactic Rocket. It's something that even experienced, highly regarded developers can miss. And don't even get me started on the music. I feel like there was just banger after banger in both field and battle themes. But the game is straight up advertised as very story based, and if you're gonna have a story based game, the story better be good, and in this case, there's quite a few things wrong with it on a macro level, not to mention different interactions that I could pick apart. The first aspect that I want to comment on is how the story is mostly told to the player and not shown. A lot of times you walk into a building or something changes, before that transition finishes, some text pops up explaining what's going on. To me, I would just drop the text and let the player figure out what's happened using the world around them. For a more specific example on telling not showing, before the player walks into the final room, the rest of the scout team all say that the player is starting to trust the rest of them. And from my memory, there isn't much that the scout team did that would warrant the player to trust them at all. So it was just a bit puzzling to be told as the player that we trust the team, none of whom could even beat a Team Galactic Rocket admin. If I had to guess, the scouts are supposed to gain the trust of the player at a major story beat at Lake Hope, where one of the scouts is supposed to show major character development. The other scouts seemed to be empathetic in that scene, but the scene was confusing in my eyes and didn't motivate me at all. And that brings me to my other major gripe that I had for this game: its lack of polish in the eventing sphere. Two parts that popped up throughout the game is the alignment of speakers and emote animations. For the latter, I do admire the use of emote animations, but I just feel like they would come in bursts, where like 3 characters would all display different emotions at the same time. In a game like this, where I didn't have enough time to get to know each of the 4 different scouts, I had trouble processing who felt what way and why they were feeling like that. And for the former, I recall many events where characters would not line up on the tile grid. I know it's difficult when a player can only look 4 directions, but if you have characters looking up and down and they're 1 tile off, it just kind of bugs me. And I think that the writing from sentence to sentence may have bugged me the most in the eventing. While I understand that English may not be everyone's first language and everyone has a different style of writing, there were a lot of sentences that I just couldn't understand, even after reading them multiple times. It just felt mechanical and clunky to me, not conversational at all. And finally, I think the game should have had a content warning. There's a scene involving a Sneasel that I think should get a second look, as it portrays something pretty violent. But as I said earlier in the video, I want to highlight my overall sentiment. As a fan game, it's fine. But with its focus on story and my issues with that, this review ended up being rather negative. But really, I just think going over the dialogue before you put it in the game would help massively in the future. I wish ZeT0ken and CamiOfTargon the best of luck in their future projects. As always, make sure to mock punch that like button and subscribe if you have not, but that is it for today, everybody. This is Caterade5 signing out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a good day.